Guardians of the Galaxy franchise has given us some of the best characters and stories in the MCU. No matter what they were in, they would always be a standout. But as we began getting closer to the film, I began having more and more fills, most of them due to Thor Love and Thunder. But we have recently got a trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and it is shaping up to be the best movie by far. Hello, everyone. Fictional Fanatics here to talk about why Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be the best film in the trilogy, if not in the MCU. But we'll get to that. Now, last week I talked about why the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise works and Thor Love and Thunder doesn't. I will be referring to that video a lot, so if you haven't seen it, click here to see what I was talking about. But to give a summary, Guardians of the Galaxy is a heavily comedic set of films, but it's all to the story's benefit. Each character has a funny side as a result of their past experiences, both on and off screen. But James Gunn will never throw in a joke just because he thinks it'll be funny, but because it'll help shape the story, even if in the most subtle of ways. It's the same with the music. Nando V Movies made an amazing video about the music in Guardians of the Galaxy, which I recommend you watch, but it just shows that everything has a purpose. But now, let's talk about the trailer. The first thing I want to say is the trailer is so good. I don't think I've seen a trailer this good in a very long time, or possibly even ever. I've rewatched it 6 or 7 times before I even decided to make this video. The whole thing is so captivating and interesting. As soon as we start hearing the Space Hog song, everything is just so amazing. Every time I watch it, I get chills. Every scene feels so gloomy and dark, even dystopian if that's the right word. Comparing it to trailers for films like Thor Ragnarok, Endgame, films which are supposed to be dark endings to stories, which are bittersweet, this one seems to capture it best. We know going into this film that characters will die, and that this will be the last Guardians movie. With that knowledge, it makes me all the more hyped. Now, I don't say that because I want characters to die, but it shows that we will have high stakes, there will be consequences, and it will keep this dark tone from the trailer. But to analyze the trailer a bit more, it seems like with the destruction of the Nova Corps in Infinity War, the Guardians will take over as the peacekeepers of the galaxy, while past foes like the Sovereign, Korath, the creators of Rocket will come back to put it to threat. In addition, there will be a search for Gamora, though how that links to the main plot, I'm not sure. Based on the trailer, it would imply that she's somehow with Korath. It could be for multiple reasons, including that he was related to Thanos, but I'm not honestly sure. I feel like the best comparison I can draw to what I feel like the movie will be is at the start. We'll have What If Star-Lord, where the Ravagers are protectors of the galaxy and completely selfless, and then because of a whole bunch of things will threaten them, they will need a fight for the... They will have a big fight both internally and externally. For some speculation, I feel like Rocket and Peter are going to die. Peter, it's obvious. I mean, he's the main character. He has been for the film, for all of them. And with the trailer focusing so much on Rocket and his backstory, this would be the perfect film for him to do some sort of We Are Groot type of sacrifice thing. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, we say how he isn't fully on board with the team yet, and he's trying to push them away, just like Yondu. Seeing his reaction to them dying in Endgame makes me think that he's fully family with them at that point, so then in Volume 3, to have that developed a bit more would make sense. Capping it off with his death would be the saddest yet most logical option. Something else I want to see covered here is that the post-Endgame response from the team. They have the biggest connection with Thanos, so having it explored with Nebula and Gamora, and possibly even other members, seeing what they're feeling after that, that'd be really interesting in my opinion. But most of all, we need to have some big collision point in the finale. There's going to be so much pressure building up throughout the movie, both internally and externally, where we're going to have this huge scene action-wise, I think, and emotionally, which is just almost necessary. I've never been the type of person who wants spectacle in a story. I just want what's best. I don't care if it's big, grand scale. But in this case, to have this galaxy-wide conflict that isn't just like goos covering planets, but something super personal to us as the audience and to the Guardians, where it is necessary to win or everything else we know and love will be lost, is something that I think needs to happen. Anyways, in my opinion, I think this can easily be better than Endgame. Now, in my opinion, that film isn't good, so the bar isn't that high, but I hope you see what I mean. Each Guardian movie is basically a team-up when you think about it, with them being the Guardians of the Galaxy. Their final entry story should be galaxy-shattering, and basically like an Avengers film, if not a bit bigger. As long as they stay true to the characters and not forcing humor or other things that might kill the tension, this should be one of the best films ever in the MCU. I find it funny that one trailer can completely turn around my opinion. Where before I was thinking this film was going to be super bad and cringe and unfunny, but now I'm feeling like it's going to be one of the best films ever. But with our connection to these characters and these stories, I definitely feel like my current opinion is very warranted. Anyway, that's all I have to say. But what do you think? Once again, if you want to see why Thor Love and Thunder doesn't work but Guardians of the Galaxy does, check out this video. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching, and until the next one, bye!